Let me tell you how it really happened. How a millionaire CEO found himself, of all places, stumbling through snow at midnight in shoes worth more than some people's rent, chasing after shadows and footprints, and how a little girl with secrets bigger than both their lives changed everything he thought he knew. You ever hear about those people who are too rich to care? Yeah, Marcus Whitmore was that guy. At least, that's what he would have told you 6 months ago, before he got a call at 11:47 p.m., not from his assistant or the board, but from Sarah Chun, head of security, voice trembling, telling him, "There's a missing kid, Marcus. Cops think she might be somewhere on your land." He didn't laugh it off or go back to his spreadsheets. He pulled on a sweater he never wore, jeans with the tags still on, and boots that had never seen a trail, and just like that, the walls he'd built with his money started to crack. But it's funny, you know, how the world looks different when you're desperate. He followed those footprints, little star patterns stamped in the snow, winding through the trees, like breadcrumbs from a fairy tale gone wrong. He kept calling out, "Emma, Emma Peterson, I'm not here to hurt you." No answer but the wind and the crunch underfoot. You'd think a guy who managed billion-dollar deals wouldn't be shaken by something so small, but seeing those tiny prints, Marcus felt something twist in his chest, a memory of hiding from his own father's rage in a closet, promising himself that money would fix everything someday. Then he heard it, a rustle, a whisper. "Please don't hurt me." He stopped cold, heart pounding, scanning with his phone's flashlight. There, up in a tree, bundled in a filthy pink coat, was Emma. She looked more like a ghost than a kid, skinny, hair tangled, eyes huge and scared. He talked her down, careful not to make any sudden moves, swore to keep her safe, knowing full well he had no right to make that promise, but needing to say it anyway. She slipped and nearly fell, and he caught her, and in that moment, feeling how little she weighed, seeing the bruises on her wrists and neck, Marcus realized something unforgivable had happened to her. She clung to him and whispered, "Please don't beat me. I'll be good." That's when the whole world tilted, and Marcus Whitmore, the guy who never wanted kids, decided he'd burn down the world before letting anyone hurt this girl again. That he got her inside, called his doctor. No questions asked. Fed her, let her sleep in the guest room under layers of blankets, and tried to piece together how a child could survive alone for days in the cold. The next days were a blur of whispered confessions and careful trust. Emma, still afraid, slowly began to talk, telling Marcus things a 7-year-old should never know, about people with money, secrets, and the ways they kept both. "Mr. Marcus, do you know what your company really does?" she asked one morning, the question sharp enough to cut through his routine. And as he dug, calling in favors, he found out the truth was worse than he ever imagined. Emma's adoptive family wasn't looking for her. No Amber Alerts, no police at his gate, just polite silence and private channels. He knew exactly what that meant. Money and influence twisting the truth out of shape. It got weirder. The Petersons, her so-called family, were tied to his business, using his company as a pipeline for laundering money. Dirty deals running right under his nose, while he was too busy chasing the next merger to notice. Emma remembered phone calls, whispered threats, and the word network. She'd heard her name, Marcus's name, and things about computers and elections that shouldn't have meant anything to a kid. And all the while, the bruises faded, her eyes brightened, and she started to laugh, just a little, running in shoes that lit up across his marble floors. The thing was, Marcus started to feel like maybe this, protecting her, fighting for her, mattered more than any business deal he'd ever made. Then came the knock on the door, a woman in a $1,000 coat, the kind of smile that doesn't reach her eyes. "Diana Peterson, I believe you have something that belongs to me," she said. She spun a story about Emma's episodes, about how the girl lied, made up tales of abuse. Marcus played it cool, asking for medical records, therapy notes, anything. Diana faltered, her mask slipping. "Emma is not a business asset," she hissed. Marcus stared her down, made it clear. "You threaten her, you threaten me, and you have no idea what I'm willing to lose." Diana threatened his business. He laughed it off. "I could burn this all down tomorrow and walk away richer than you'll ever be." Her face paled. She left, but it was clear this wasn't over. That night, Marcus recorded a message for Emma, proof that she wasn't crazy, that everything she remembered was real. For the first time, she smiled, a real, toothy kid's smile. "Does this mean we're going to fight back?" she asked. Marcus nodded. "Yeah, kiddo, we're fighting back." But he knew the real battle was just beginning. The revelations came fast. David Chun, his lawyer, working all night, handed him files, evidence of a conspiracy bigger than anything Marcus had faced. Emma wasn't placed with the Petersons by chance. She was the daughter of an accountant who tried to blow the whistle on the Meridian network, got killed for it. Emma had witnessed it all, survived as a hostage to keep everyone else silent. If she turned 8, she could testify in court, and that's why they had to keep her hidden, or worse. Marcus made the choice. Liquidate everything. Sell the house, the company, vanish with Emma if he had to. "That's your whole life?" David said. "No," Marcus replied. "My life is keeping her safe. The rest is just money." He started to plan new identities, safe houses, encrypted files. But as dawn broke, the attack came. Men in tactical gear, not police, searching the house, ready to erase any trace of Emma and Marcus. They slipped away through a tunnel Marcus had installed just in case. Paranoia paying off at last. They ran to Rebecca Torres, an ex-FBI agent, the only person Marcus trusted to fight monsters like these. Emma, scared but determined, recited everything she remembered: dates, names, conversations. The network was bigger than they dreamed. Politicians, business leaders, election fraud, millions at stake. Rebecca laid it out. Run and hide. Let the bad guys keep going, or fight. Go public, risk everything, but maybe, just maybe, bring them down. Emma was the one who chose. "I want to fight," she said, voice trembling but steady. "If we run, they'll keep hurting other kids." That decided it. They holed up in a cabin in the mountains, building their case, Rebecca reaching out to allies in the media and FBI. On the 4th day, news broke. Senator Bradley, the linchpin of the network, was dead, suicide. The Petersons were gone. Accident. Files surfaced. The FBI had everything, thanks to Emma's memories and the evidence she helped gather. She didn't even have to testify. The network crumbled overnight. Emma still insisted on telling her story. "If I don't, how will people know what to watch for?" she asked. Marcus couldn't argue. 6 months later, he watched her, confident, brave, addressing a Senate hearing, telling the world about her father, about what she'd survived, about the good people who helped her. "Sometimes the most important job you have," she said, "is taking care of someone smaller than you." The senators, the press, the country listened. Afterward, Marcus and Emma walked hand in hand through the Capitol. Home now was a little house in Colorado, a school that understood trauma, a foundation they'd built together to protect kids like her. The network was gone, laws had changed, and Marcus found meaning, not in money or business, but in being a father to a girl who taught him what courage looked like. Emma grinned, pure joy on her face, skipping ahead to the car. She was just a child again, and for the first time in her life, safe enough to dream about the future. Oh, here's the thing. Sometimes it only takes one kid, brave enough to tell the truth, and one person willing to fight for her, to bring down giants. And yeah, there are new challenges every day. But tonight they're just family, driving home, ready to face whatever comes next together. Now let me ask you, what would you have done in Marcus's place? Would you risk it all for someone you just met, or play it safe and walk away? Drop your thoughts below. Tell me where you stand on justice, loyalty, and the true meaning of family. Because stories like this, they don't end when the credits roll. They keep asking us to choose what kind of world we want to live in.